Welcome to DMac SMaK for September 22nd, 2025, a day in which the Broncos, and specifically Bo Nix, brought down Broncos country. We'll get into that. Also, our moment of Zen has, some fisticuffs with a weird day for the Avalanche. The Rockies dress up like fishermen, but win. And Prime Defends Schurmur. Okay. We're brought to you by Journey Spice. We love Journey Spice. And if you just use this QR code right here, Ski, you can go to Amazon.com. Save 10% using the code Get Spicy on everything with Journey Spice, which tastes so delicious on every sort of food you can imagine, from breakfast, lunch to dinner. It's Journey Spice for the win. I love Journey Spice. Flavor in, plastic out. It's good for the environment. It's good for you. It's always by my side. Journey Spice, you are the absolute best. We couldn't do it without you. Journey Spice right here. Bam, bam, bam. More on Journey in just a little bit. Let's start with Sean Payton on the 23-20 loss to the Chargers, a game in which the Broncos had the lead for the vast majority of the game. They had a chance to close it out a couple of different times to extend the score to two scores. Had they got beyond 8 points, they would have won the game. They had multiple chances to do that. Then they had the ball with about 3 or so minutes to go, where all they would need is a field goal at that point to win the game, and instead they went 3 and out. They started the game with 9 straight snaps, 3 and outs, not great. And they closed the game with a 3 and out as well, not great. They were +2 in terms of giveaway takeaway on a deflected interception, and then a fumble recovery on a kickoff. So everything that they had pressure on Herbert, who played like an elite quarterback because that's who he is at the end of the game. And at the end of the day, what makes you elite just from good is the fact that you can win and pull games out. Never mind finishing in the red zone, which the Chargers weren't great at, 1 of 3. But how about converting first downs? It's the largest differential in Broncos history from an opponent to the Broncos, 29-9 in terms of converting first downs. That is bonkers. Sean Payton on the whole Shamil Shamaz.
Obviously, a disappointing finish to a hard-fought game. We felt like it was going to be a game that was close to the vest. We didn't feel like the scoring would be high. There were a lot of things we did well, and then there were some things, obviously, we didn't do as well. We had too many penalties. I think our average third down on offense was 3rd and 11 plus, which makes it difficult. Then we had the swing, call it second quarter, third quarter. But a tough loss nonetheless. So credit them. Any questions?
Well, one of the questions was possibly what you really thought of Bo Nix, who did convert on a 4th and 2 for a touchdown pass to Courtland Sutton, which was great. But there were 3 deep balls. The flea flicker to Mims, which I thought Mims should have laid out for, but he didn't. And then overthrowing Courtland Sutton, including on the very last drive that the Broncos had the ball, and you make that pass, you win the game. You make that pass, you win the game. And that's not a hard pass to complete. It's a pass that they make all the time. They practice it all the time, and you just got to be better. Sean?
Yeah, listen, we had 2 or 3 opportunities right at midfield. It's frustrating. Two good teams, it was a tough loss.
Yeah, we got to go on and on from that. In terms of what was the common thread, Bo, what was going on with the misses?
Looks like the common thread is just being a step too far and not hitting them.
Yeah, that is Snarky Bo. And Snarky Bo is not the best version of Bo Nix. It's not pleasant. It's arrogant. It comes across as passive aggressive. And we're all pulling for Bo, but when we hear Snarky Bo, it's not a lot of fun.
What stinks, it definitely is not fun. It's not enjoyable, but all you can do is go to the next game. I've never been able to figure out how to go back and change anything yet. I'm still working on that, but
that's snarky Bo right there. What are you going to get the flux capacitor going? We got to get the DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour. What are we doing? That's snarky. It's not pleasant. It's not how a leader should sound.
What stinks? It definitely is not fun. It's not enjoyable, but all you can do is go to the next game. I've never been able to figure out how to go back and change anything yet. I'm still working on that, but
meanwhile, Sean Payton is saying, "Don't stop thinking about tomorrow."
Well, the penalties are what we're doing, but look, there are a handful of things. We'll look at the film tomorrow, and when I'm referencing minus plays that we'll be frustrated with, and tomorrow's an important day. Tomorrow's more important than the game we just played because we're in this accelerated. We got to get better fast, and if we do, I think this will be all right.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I'm not bummed out about losing to the Chargers. It's disappointing being 1-2, but look at the Colts. I mean, they're turning out to be the surprise good team of the year. And then also look at Cincinnati. When you check out their games, you're like, all right, well, that Monday night game, that doesn't seem that difficult, right? I mean, Cincinnati got embarrassed by the Vikings 48-10. The Colts won 41-20 over the Titans. Their punter has punted one time. Meanwhile, last night, the Chiefs, who I didn't think looked great at all, beat the Giants 22-9, and it's just a matter of time before Russell Wilson gets benched for Jackson Dart. And when he was getting booed by his own fans. Russell Wilson, really quick, was 18-32 for $160 quarterback rating. QBR, wow, 6.5. Holy shit. Quarterback rating of 43.8. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no way he's going to make it to week 7 to play against the Broncos, right? I mean, my God. I mean, I would be shocked by that. But that's what the Broncos have. They've got Cincinnati coming up. And after that, it's a date with the Eagles. Well, that ain't going to be great. And then, although the Eagles were hanging on for dear life yesterday, and then we go to England to take on the Jets before we play the Giants, that sort of thing. Meanwhile, Bo did say that the running game, which was non-existent in the first half, when that was working, they were scoring.
It was good. It was really important. I think when we ran the ball on drives, we scored. So, that seems to be a common theme, and so we just got to find a way to, when we run the ball, get good, manageable positions, and then usually it got us first downs, and we went down and did well on the drive.
Yeah, body language, Bo, there, not terrific. This year, Sean Payton.
Listen, this year's different. This year's different. That was a hard-fought, close game. We got to get ready to come back and play a national TV game Monday night against a good team. This team will. I thought we fought today, which was encouraging, and we knew it was going to be one of those games.
Yeah, the season ain't over. It's not. And Sean Payton, by the way, is encouraging Bo Nix to keep throwing the ball.
Say it again. No, keep slinging it. There's no conversation. Keep slinging it. The last thing you want is to. I mean, those are, almost spot on. So.
Okay, so it was a combination of dumb penalties. Hufanga can't just be tossing Keenan Allen around, despite the fact that you didn't get a call earlier with Pat Surtain. And Pat Surtain, they are picking on Pat. They're not ignoring him. He's not shutting down half of the field. And look for that trend to continue. Teams are just not going to not run their offense. And Hufanga's got to be better. You got the news that Dre Greenlaw is going to go on IR on Saturday. Well, that seems a little weird. But okay, he'll be out for another month now. So who knows when we're really going to see Dre Greenlaw again, and you're getting burned in the middle of the field all the time. What you saw out of Justin Herbert is truly what elite quarterbacks look like. And I know the score was, not significant, but 28 of 47 for 300 yards. He did get a pick off a deflection, 1 touchdown pass. That was spectacular. The one thing that the Broncos had going for him were sacks, 5 sacks on the day, a QBR of 44, a QB rating of 76.6. So not actually incredible, but what makes Justin Herbert elite is the way that he can finish a game, the way that he can convert third downs, where the Chargers were very solid. I just want to get it right. I believe it was 8. Oh, hold on one second. Let me get it. Yeah, they were 8 of 17, where the Broncos were 2 of 13. That's the difference between an elite quarterback and what we hope is a good quarterback. Now, the Broncos were 2-2 on fourth down. And ironically, Sean Payton said they didn't go for it on one short fourth down because the defense, it was a field position decision. And the defense, I don't know. It really didn't actually make much sense. You probably should have gone for that fourth down as well. You should probably go for every short fourth down, frankly. Your defense is good enough to stop teams in the red zone. Chargers were 1 for 3 in the red zone. The Broncos themselves were 1 for 2. They just didn't get the ball very close. Listen, man, it was a bummer. But the season's hardly over. And the playoffs, no, we're not really thinking about the playoffs right now.
Last year, you guys were 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season and made the playoffs. I've got to believe that's a sense of hope that you guys have already done this before.
We're not thinking about the playoffs. We're thinking about what we got to do to win the football game. I mean, the playoffs is 2 months away, 3 months away, 4 months away. I mean, we still got a lot of football left. Obviously, everything is still right in front of us. We just got to take 1 week at a time and 1 day at a time, actually, correct the mistakes and then get back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on. And we got a big game coming up this coming up Monday night.
So the playoffs are either 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months away. And shut up, Scotty Gange. We just lost the game. I don't want to hear your smart alecky playoff talk. Technically, the playoffs don't start till January. So, I mean, it's we can do this math, the 22nd to October 22nd, November 22nd, December 22nd, and then it's like 3.5 months. Not to be too big of a dick. All right, the Broncos lose, and we will break it all down all day, doing it right now on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 on at noon to 3 with Tyler and Scott, and we'll talk a lot about it. We'll go on and on about it. But most of it's going to land on Bo. Most of the blame will land on Bo, and we go from there. But, Bo's trying to, fix the flux capacity.
What stinks, it definitely is not fun. It's not enjoyable, but all you can do is go to the next game. I've never been able to figure out how to go back and change anything yet. I'm still working on that, but...
We have prime defending Pat. Oh, my God. Talk about not humble in this moment. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully well. We'll get to that in a second. In a moment of Zen with Gabe Landeskog. Plus, the Rockies dress up like fishermen. That's coming up in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there. And to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Code is Get Spicy. That code is Get Spicy at Amazon.com. Journey Spice. We absolutely love you. Get Spicy. Save 10%. Check it out at Amazon.com. There's a link in the description. Okay, your Buffaloes. They beat Wyoming, and it was my first family weekend as a dad of a CU student. We had a great time going up there Friday and Saturday. We didn't stay overnight. We just drove back and forth because good luck getting a room. And the atmosphere was great. And there was a little bit of rain. And I did a live podcast, a streaming podcast from Rally House, which was really cool that you can find here on this channel. Simeon Price's mom dropped by, which was fun. I didn't even know that I was going to talk to a mom of one of the players. The Rally House is super cool. Loved everything about it. And we left before the game because that 8:15 start, which was really more like 8:25, was ridiculous. But we're at the Rio Grande on the roof, and we hear the band playing. How cool is that, man? We're just out there, and I'm like, hey, let's go see the band. They're down below on the street. So I got to show you this. I'm going to show you a longer clip. Look for the mom. Man, and parents were getting drunk. I mean, moms and dads were just like, they were having more fun than the kids. So look for the mom later in the clip wanting the camera time. We'll see her soon. Fight. Now I got to do a little funky version. We're going to see her in a second. You knows no defeat. Roll up the mic. Never giving. Shoulder to shoulder. We will fight. Here comes Mom. There she is. She knows she's being filmed. Dancing, having a good time. She's playing drums. Little air drum from Mom. Get it all in. Oh, there she is. Oh, yeah, there you are. I see you. Shoulder to shoulder. We will fight. Oh, that might have been me right there. That might have been my drink. Meanwhile, the night was highlighted by Ralphie. That was awesome. So way to go, Ralphie7. That is not a buffalo indifferent to running. That buffalo, that bison, was all about. We're all about that bison, baby. We're all about that bison. No treble. CU did win, but that's a bad Wyoming team. And it probably was even a lot closer than it should have been. But, all right. CU got the W. And then what cracks me up is Prime defending Pat Schurmur. He's all up in Pat Schurmur's like, all right.
Nobody talking about Pat tonight. Now, I don't know. What was that? Where that went? Anybody? All right. Oh, it's gone? For a week? For at least a week, right? But.
Yeah, well, yes, Prime. Yes. At least a week, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I mean, are we doing victory laps on 37-20 victories over Wyoming? I mean, I guess we are. I guess we are doing little victory laps there. BYU next week. BYU beat East Carolina 34-13. They're 3-0, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're pulling for CU. It is tricky, though, man. Like, what do you think? The criticism of Pat Schurmur and your team is unwarranted? Do you think after that game against Houston and, you can't figure out a quarterback, although Salter looks like the man. So I guess we're just going to go with Salter, who was 18 of 28, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Looked pretty good. QBR really high, 93.8. Had a great game. Rushed for 86 yards. So Caden Salter was the man. Let's keep it going. You did what you need to do to stay relevant and keep us talking about you and all of that. So we'll see what we got against BYU. But I mean, to be like surprised or shaking your head that there's criticism. Okay, you know what? They won the game. That's all that matters. And we want them to beat BYU and have a successful season. Let's go. Let's go Buffs. And look out for Hammered Moms on Pearl Street. The Rockies finished their home slate with a 3-1 win over the horrible Los Angeles Angels, who they are absolutely miserable what they've got going on. Let me see how many games in a row they've actually lost. So this win does a few things for the Rockies. Holy shit. Well, they beat the Rockies on Saturday 3-0, but they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are 1-9 in their last 10, with the win being a shutout over the Rockies that broke a 8-game losing streak. So they're terrible. So are the Rockies, obviously. The Rockies, though, do win a home series. They win their final home series. They go on the road to face sorry about that. They go on the road to face the Mariners and then wrap up the season with the Angels. We have our guy Blaine Krim, who's playing first base for Warming Burnable and for Michael Tolia, who's actually played great. Of late, he's played great, and he's dressed up as a fisherman because the Rockies still do dopey shit on their final road series, including the young guys dressing up in costumes, so they're going to Seattle to be fishermen. So I really don't care much about what Blake Krim has to say, but it's funny looking at him in fisherman gear with no shirt.
Club, with the big league club, you made a really big impact. Just describe what that's meant to you and how that helps you looking forward to 2026.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just trying to put together good at-bats and move the line and, just do what the situation's kind of calling for. And I feel like I've gotten some good pitches to hit, and I'm, not missing them right now, which is great. But, yeah, it's fun to, win ball games and win a series like that. And, we got a happy flight going, and hopefully we can, finish strong these last 6 games.
And
I'm dressed up like a fisherman because that's what we do here at the Rockies. We do fun stuff, bonding stuff. We don't win a lot of games. And let me be clear about something. Anything but replacing Warren Schaefer and Bill Schmidt is unacceptable. Period. The end. Warren Schaefer ain't it, okay? I'm glad they got past 42. Warren Schaefer called it asinine to think that was one of the goals. Well, it was the goal, Warren. The whole year, it was the goal because Bud Black got fired because of how the season was torpedoing. So, yes, getting 42 wins and acknowledging it is not asinine. And the fact that you said it was gives me pause to wonder, what you're all about. So I'm out on Warren Schaefer. He's not going to win 50 games. You lost to an imploding Angels team. You did get 42, but I guess it's not a big deal, according to you. Neither is 43. So if getting 42, 43, whatever the final number is not a big deal, all I can look at is how bad you guys actually were at the end of the season. And you were bad, really bad. So if you want to tell me, and you were better than Bud Black percentage-wise, almost twice, double it up. The Rockies were something like 36-80 with Warren Schaefer and 7-33 with Bud Black. So yeah, you were better, much better actually, with Warren Schaefer, but not good enough, not acceptable enough. And you seem to be out of touch with reality despite this chat with Spilly walking around the ballpark.
Schaefer, it's, the baseball season goes in a blink of an eye, and for this being the last home game at Coors Field 2025, can you put in perspective what you felt this season?
Yeah, it's been an up and down season, no doubt, but the boys battled all year. It's just really fun to go to work.
Mostly down.
I don't know. Our goal is to get better, but it's great to play in front of these fans.
You guys win the final series at home, which is a big deal. You guys end up playing better down in the second half. But for you, when you see the fans and just the excitement of winning here at Coors Field, what does that make you think of for next year?
Yeah, it makes me think of the future. It makes me think if we win more games, how this place is going to look. It's going to be electric. Even these fans in the last day are really good. It's going to be electric when we start winning.
All right, enjoy the walk. Thanks.
Yeah, we know what it's going to be like there, Coach, because we've been here. We were here in 2007. We've seen winning Rockies team. Not a lot of them, because they've been to the postseason, 5 times since 93, something like that. Anyways, Kyle Freeland did pitch well. He threw 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. He did well. He's a local kid. But I think he's probably done here. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Starting pitching overall has been absolutely abysmal.
Are you starting to see the future of the Rockies right now with some of the young players?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these young guys, come into their own, do their thing, really sink into the game of baseball at the big league level, and they're doing a great job.
Enjoy your off season, Kyle. I know we got 6 more games, but it is fun to say goodbye to Rockies fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Rockies fans are incredible. Sold out games for the fireworks on Friday. Good crowd on Saturday. Packed house like, see you later, Rockies. Incredible attendance for a team that was battling to be the worst team of all time. And hopefully that doesn't hide the huge warts that this team really has. Sensatella got benched. Marquez is done. Chris Bryant's contract is ridiculous. Even Kyle, in all honesty, at 5-16, not exactly great. Chase Dolander cannot pitch at Coors Field. That's discouraging. He's much better on the road. It was brutal. It sucked losing Seth Halverson. I thought he was doing all right. You traded Bird and Tinley. Those were your veteran pitchers you got rid of. Do I think a team of Holiday, Karros at third, Tovar at short, Ritter likely at second? I don't know if Krim's the future at first or Warming Burnable. I don't think it's Michael Tolia. And then you go to Zach Goodman, who's an all-star, Fulford, Drew Romo. Okay, that position looks all right. We want to go around the outfield. Mickey Moniak, God, I hope he comes back. And I love Tyler Freeman's game as well. A lot better than Nolan Jones. Jordan Beck, okay, all right. Brenton Doyle was up and down, had some rough things in his personal life, so I'll cut him a certain amount of slack. And we know Charlie Condon's coming sooner than later. Okay, I mean, I just listed off the core of a young team for the future, and that is pretty good. That is pretty good. But it's about pitching and starting pitching and developing starting pitching and drafting the right way. And you can't trust Bill Schmidt to do it. You cannot. And I cannot trust Warren Schaefer to manage it. I cannot. Things need to be a little bit more uncomfortable in that locker room, or you're just going to have a bunch of lollygaggers. Rockies' home season is over, and now they drift away into 6 games that nobody will pay any attention to. 3 against the Mariners, 3 in San Francisco, and that will be a wrap. Moment of Zen. Again, we're brought to you by Journey Spice. Save 10% using the code GETSPICY. The Avalanche had 2 games yesterday. They won both of them 5-1 and 3-2. The Mammoth, the Utah Mammoth plane got delayed. So instead of being able to go from one game to another, which would have been really cool for Magnus to Ball, they were both kind of played at the same time. And the squad was really split up. Avs have an off day in camp today, and they get back at it Tuesday. Regular season right around the corner. So it's cool that they won, but the moment of Zen comes with this. Gabe Landeskog got in a fight, and A very short clip. It's just funny seeing Gabe Landeskog fighting in preseason. But he's defending the honor of Cale Makar, who got a stray elbow. Really, hockey preseason games. Seriously. We're happy to have the Avalanche back, and the Nuggets will return relatively shortly, too. So there you go, my friends. DMac SMaK for a busy Monday, the 22nd of September. On from noon to 3 with Tyler and Scott Hastings. You guys are the best. Going to be a beauty day. Kick it in the teeth.